Hey guys, here's Torsten, back with In Full Effect. And today I want to give you my review of the Beats Studio 3 wireless headphones, which I just got last week. I have been using them for a few days now, and I have a really good overview of the headphones. And I want to give you my opinion, help you with your purchase decision, because they do come with a hefty price tag of $350, and that puts them up to some really strong competitors like the Sonys. Actually, I want to compare them a little bit to the Sony 1000X, the first version. They just released the second version of the headphones, which are pretty similar. And the thing is about the Sonys, the first version, you can get them for $250 on Amazon at the moment. So that's $100 less than the Beats. So that gives some pressure to the Beats. I'm expecting great things from them for the price. So maybe let's go into an overview of the headphones first, and then we go through my rating categories and see how they fare also in comparison to the Sonys. So as an overview, we have also the changes to the last Beats, to the first version of the Studio 3, which I never owned, and this is actually the first Beats product I have ever owned, because actually they were not really known for their great sound quality in the past, but it seems they have stepped up their game recently, and that's why I actually went and pulled the trigger on the Beats. Also, they come now with the W1 chip from Apple, which really gives the integration into the Apple devices and improves the wireless connectivity. So that's actually the first item, the features. And then you have the ANC, the adaptive noise cancellation, which means that the chip inside the headphones measures your environment, the noises, and then adapts the strength of the noise cancellation to your environment. And if you turn it off, you get 40 hours of battery, and with the ANC on, you get 22 hours of battery, which is pretty amazing. Then we have the fast charge, which gives you 3 hours of playback time with only 10 minutes of charge. We have the cable with the integrated microphone. Actually, here you go. And then they come with integrated microphones as well. So let's start off with the comfort of the Beats, because I think this is always for me the most important feature, the most important point about headphones, because they can be the best sounding in the world. If they don't really sit comfortably on your head and cause any pain or something, then they are no good to me. And to be very honest, this is the weakest points by far for me with the Studio 3. Actually, this might be the most uncomfortable pair of headphones I have recently bought. So the clamp force first on your ears is very strong, stronger than, for instance, the Sonys. And it is actually in combination with the small ear cups, which are not really over the ear. I don't know any human with such small ears, so they do sit on your ear more than over your ear. And then together with that hard clamping force, you will definitely feel some pain in your ears after wearing the headphones for an hour. So that was a big bummer for me, to be very honest. I put them on some cushions to stretch them overnight, but when I took them off, at first they were actually alright, but the force was still, after they went back into the normal shape, the clamping force became stronger again. And maybe if you do that for a couple of weeks, the clamping force will be better. But I had the feeling with the weaker clamping force, after stretching them, they weren't really sitting well on my head anymore. So I'm not really sure if that's counterproductive. But anyway, yeah, that was a big issue for me. Anyway, let's go to the sound quality, and this is pretty good, I would say, with the Studio 3. They have a really warm sound signature. The bass is not too heavy like it was said to be with the other Beats products in the past. And the balance between the mids and the highs is also good. I had the feeling that the soundstage was a little bit more cramped. It felt a little bit more narrow in a way. The Sonys give you a much wider soundstage, and I really prefer the sound of the Sonys. That it even doesn't come close. I mean, the Beats sound good, don't get me wrong, but compared to the Sonys, almost no comparison, I would say. The bass is good, but everything sounds clearer with the Sonys. And I saw some reviews actually comparing the Beats and the Sonys and also the Bose, and they were giving them equal ratings, and I cannot understand how these reviews actually exist, because the Sony sound by far better, I would say. Anyway, definitely for the price tag I was expecting more. The microphone is actually one of the strongest points of the headphones. I really, when I was talking to people with my iPhone, I really got a clear sound. The people were not even realizing that I was talking via headphones, which is actually quite a good thing, because integrated microphones, that seems to be a challenge. Usually they sound kind of metallic, the voices, but pretty good. So I like that one. Then we come to the build quality of the Beats. That's actually one of the stronger points. Really nicely built. Here the metalish headband at the top, and then the pleather, the cushion here at the headband, which is it feels nice. The ear cups are pretty soft, so they also feel good. They make a little bit of a squeaky noise when you move them around. Here at the bottom, I didn't like that too much. And then again, the comparison to the Sony, unfortunately, the Sonys are the winner again here. They just feel higher quality, the ear cups more solid in a way, and the weight, by the way, is pretty much the same. The cushion on the Sonys is also a little bit softer, I would say, at the top here of the headband. The build quality is actually good, but the Sonys, again, I would prefer the Sonys. Then for the wireless connectivity, and this is really the strongest points of the Studio 3, the W1 chip of Apple really makes a game changer here. So I had no issues pairing it up to my iPhone, of course, and then the Beats were automatically integrated into all the other Apple devices like my iMac. I just go to my speaker icon, select the Beats, and they pair up, so that worked well. However, if they were connected to the iPhone and I wanted to switch on my Mac to the Beats, that didn't work flawlessly all the time. Sometimes the Studio 3 connected but disconnected immediately right after. So I had to actually turn them off and on again and then connect them, and then it worked. So maybe that will be changed with a firmware update in the future. But anyway, if you're walking around outside, and I think this is the most important point, when it comes to wireless headphones, there was no connectivity issue. And if you have ever used normal Bluetooth headphones, you know that if you're walking around, you're in a crowded train, sometimes the connectivity breaks up for a second. And this is really the strongest point of the Studio 3, I would say. So my conclusion with the Beats, definitely overpriced in my opinion. I can't say it differently. And please don't forget, I buy these products with my own money, no sponsor involved, etc. So, you know, after spending $350, I am glad I didn't buy any Beats products before, because this is the latest version, and I was not satisfied with the overall package of what I'm getting for my money here. They sound decently, they are built well, but just in comparison to the competitors, they lose. And the price tag, I don't know. The only reason why I would really recommend the Beats is really if you do need that W1 chip and you really are so much into the Apple environment, the ecosystem, that you want a product or headphones with the W1 chip. If you have used the AirPods in the past, you know what I'm talking about. The connectivity is really awesome, but in terms of the sound quality, the comfort and the build quality, nothing special, I would say. So I'm not sure. Take a look at the other competitors before you pull the trigger on the Beats. And I hope you liked my video. I hope it helped your purchase decision, and I hope I see you in the next one. Have a good one, guys.